This is one unbelievable story that took place in Maryland. Just unbelievable. Home sale halted as alleged squatters unload moving truck, demand cash for keys. Can you believe that? Can you imagine owning a home and you've had it on the market, you finally get a buyer, and then in the middle of the last step of having to walk through with the realtor and the owner, the possible buyers of the home just happen to drive by that night and they see this truck. I want to read this to you because it's crazy and it's happening more and more. Windsor Mill, Maryland. Online social media accounts allegedly linking squatters to homes they do not have the authority to occupy are central to a dispute between a Baltimore County property owner who is under contract to sell his house and a family of four that abruptly began living in the home without permission. You heard me right. Somebody, well, they're saying allegedly, somebody on social media has an account where they say they own that property and they're renting it out. But it's not legit. Mike Haskell, the owner of the house in Windsor Mill, Maryland, spoke to Spotlight television network on Maryland on Friday outside the property he alleged was occupied by an unauthorized family he referred to as squatters. He said that he spent tens of thousands of dollars renovating the home for sale. The homeowner described receiving a call the night before he was scheduled to finalize the property sale with its new owners. Quote, the buyer last night drove by and saw a moving truck in the driveway. Haskell said they thought it was maybe being unstaged for advertisement. And I said, no, that was done way earlier. There should be nobody there. This is crazy, y'all. Spotlight on Maryland independently identified Haskell as the owner of the Baltimore County home through public records. As the property owner, Haskell said that he called the Baltimore County Police, right? After he and his colleagues noticed that the locks on the property had been changed and the sale sign had been removed from the front yard. Ain't that crazy? You don't own just reading this thing. This person's nice. Because I don't know if I could be that nice. The person who was in the house said they had been there for about a week, Haskell said. They said that they had a lease and the officer basically walked away. Police Detective Trey Corbin, a spokesman for the BCPB, confirmed the call for the service to Spotlight on Maryland via email on Friday afternoon. What else we got here? Officers are investigating the circumstances surrounding the incident. A police report obtained late on Monday regarding the incident showed that the agency classified the call as a civil matter. Translated, you got to go to court over this. It's crazy, y'all. You own the property, but the police can't do nothing because they got a bogus lease. But you got property papers. Wait till I read the comments, and I'm gonna throw one out at you. A person said, "You can steal a car in America, and that's grand theft auto, but you can squat in somebody's house and not go to jail." Come on, man. After initially refusing to be interviewed, a man and a woman who wished to remain anonymous for fear of their safety spoke with Spotlight on Maryland about their circumstances. The couple said they found a social media advertisement offering a one-time fee of $7,500 to move into the Windsor Mill property. That don't even sound right. You go to a one-time fee, and wait till I show you the receipt. The receipt was for 1 month. So you get to stay there forever for $7,500? I mean, somebody need to fill in the blank. The couple said they met the social media user at Haskins' home, made a cash payment, signed a leasing document, and began moving into the property. Despite asking multiple times for a picture of the online advertisement and text messages between the social media users who made the transaction, the couple refused. You heard me. Look at this foolishness. Despite asking multiple times for a picture of the online advertisement and text messages between the social media user who made the transaction, the couple refused. That sounds suspicious. That sounds suspicious. Where the hell is your credibility? You telling the police and the homeowner that you did a transaction, but you don't want to show your evidence. But you got a receipt. Wait till I show y'all this Mickey Mouse receipt they got. As Haskell and another real estate professional stood before the alternate property, they offered to move the occupants into Spotlight on Maryland, asked the alleged squatters when they planned to vacate the Windsor Mill premises. The couple acknowledged that they were unlawfully occupying Haskell's property and recognized that their presence allegedly interfered with an active sale to prospective buyers. You think? Quote, that man is not going to back out from getting that house. You're not going to have to worry about that from me and my family. This is what the intruders said. That's what I'm calling them, intruders. The man, he's going to buy that house next Friday. The man said, but it is just unfortunate. Where do we lie? Quote, yes, I really did lose money. But what am I saying is, and he even tried to help with this house, but I can't move my family into that house. But where do we get compensated at? The man asked Spotlight on Maryland. So now you want to be compensated after you lived there a month. You got a receipt, but you ain't showing no communication back and forth. And you won't show the person, you won't reveal who the person is. Man, you can go to hell. Oh, did I say that? I said it. The couple then loaded their 2 young children into the U-Haul and told us to meet them back at Haskell's home to review a copy of the lease they signed with their social media users they identified. Yeah, look. The couple then unloaded their 2 children into the U-Haul and told us to meet them back at, to review. Okay. Spotlight on Maryland has reviewed multiple squatters or last resort homes listed on social media accounts under the names of users with whom the couple allegedly signed the lease. Ain't that something? Wow. Yeah, this been going on for a minute, y'all. Back in the Windsor Mill property, the man returned to the topic of conversation. Quote, it would be nice if I could get compensated something, the man told Haskell, like a hotel, something or money. Now he want to be compensated. Check this out. Haskell, the homeowner, asked the man to agree to leave the property by Wednesday, adding that it would be a cash for keys situation, buying keys to his home from the occupants because he wanted to ensure the sale did not fall through. People, let me go homey for a minute. I'm going to go homey on this one. This is a black couple doing this to a white suburban community. Let me tell y'all something. They wouldn't have done that to a black man in the ghetto. They wouldn't have called, I go keep it real here. They wouldn't have called the police. You feel me? The homeowner, the black homeowner in the hood would not have called the police. he would have called his homies. The illegal occupant would have been calling the police. You fill in the blank. I'm so tired of this foolishness. I'm not even ready to blurt out nothing too big or nothing too, if you know what I mean. Can I call you later? The man asked. We're on the same team. I'm going to show y'all the video too. After a few more minutes of discussion, the couple returned to the property, shutting and locking the doors. Ain't that something? Now, the lease that Spotlight on Maryland obtained from the couple showed a cash receipt issued by the social media user for $7,500 on May 22nd, 2025. The social media user's legal name is identified on the lease as the landlord, along with the man and the woman's legal name. People, they should get an attorney, and they should go after that social media person, take their butt to court, and sue them for what went down, sue them for a time. That's right. What else can you sue them on? Falsifying information. They go down the road. And pain and suffering. Get them and put their name on a billboard and all the social media. Put it on YouTube and all the social. And as some folks say in YouTube, they need to get shamed. Put in the comment section, people like this need to be shamed. The lease that Spotlight on Maryland obtained from the couple showed a cash receipt issued by the social media user for $7,500. The social media user's legal name is identified on the lease as the landlord. This person should be shamed, put in jail, and look, I'm tired of this foolishness. Several conditions, including permitting smoking and vaping on the premises, are included in the document. In other words, yeah, right. So you make it legit by giving them certain things they can and can't do. Right? Oh, I don't even believe the story. That is, suppose the social media is an alibi. Beautiful, renovated 4-bedroom, 2-bath home. The lease says, buying financial fell through. This is a serene retreat. Yeah, a serene retreat. Private fenced in with a screened porch, open floor, planned eat-in 4 kitchen, island, and stainless steel, and plenty of cabinet space. Brother hit the jackpot, didn't he? Here's the receipt, y'all. Look at this crap. Look at this crap. There should be laws on the books that only certain type of receipts with notaries can be used. Some type of stringent protection document. You got to show up at the city hall. Both got to sign, the occupant and the owner. Something like that. They should not be able to be in somebody. No way, Jose. The lease included a rental inspection report, which listed may change locks under the keys and controls section. Meanwhile, Haskell, the owner, told Spotlight on Maryland that he is calling on law enforcement, prosecutors, and government officials to take immediate action to hold social media users profitable from squatting. Hello, and put the law in that person's name. You feel me? So if it's a Mickey Mouse landlord who was the fake person, make it the Mickey Mouse law. Embarrass them. Quote, evidently they were shown the property by a woman who had no right to enter the home, Haskell said. Now from what I am finding, she is doing this all over Baltimore County and the city. They should throw the keys away and have her work for the rest of her life, compensating every homeowner. How she get to this point? She running through Maryland like a man running through women on the street. Come on, man. They know who she is, and I'm quite sure why an arrest has not been made. He says, and I'm not quite sure why an arrest, he got it right. The homeowner said this. They know who she is. And I'm not quite sure why an arrest hasn't been made. But they're in a position where their money is gone, and the only way for me to get my house back is to go through the civil court system. Like I told y'all, if it was brothers in the hood, the only way it would have made the news and the courts and the police, you know what would have happened. You know what would have happened. Come on, don't play like you don't. And then, you know what? Let's just broaden the whole aspect. If you go in the wrong neighborhood, period, black, white, Chinese, and don't let it be a mafia house, you might be somewhere 6 foot under with the key as your skull and crossbone. You don't get out here, man, come on. Haskell told Spotlight on Maryland on Monday afternoon that he paid $3,000 to the occupants who consented to surrender the property's keys and vacate the property. I gotta let y'all hear this. I only get a chance to do a minute, so listen to this here.
And they thought maybe it was being unstaged for advertising, and I said no, that was done way earlier. There should be nobody there. So we immediately called the police.
What was your first reaction when you heard that your home was taken over by squatters?
It's just, this is a county. You wouldn't expect something to be happening here like this. And it's really kind of gets you.
That's crazy. That's crazy. He's a nice guy.
The occupants agreed to...
Now here's the brother. Here's the guy from the doing the reporting. But here's the brother trying to explain himself. Check it out.
Talk to us. If we did not show their faces, we asked when they expected to leave the property, they had disputed authority to occupy.
That man is not going to back off when you get that out. You don't got to worry about that for me and my family. That man is going to get that. He's going to buy the house. So Friday, like you said. But it's just unfortunate. Where do we lie?
I mean, at this point, are you turning over this property?
What else do I have to do? Because what I'm going to go stand in front of the court like, yes.
So is that a yes?
You know, they never understand. So, yes, I really did lost my money.
I lost my money. Mm-hmm. Here's the other part.
You know what I mean? Like,
after rejecting Haskell's relocation attempt, we followed the occupants back to the occupied home.
I know for sure.
He back at the crib. Somehow he wanted to be compensated. And like I said, I showed y'all the receipt. And look at it. It's for 1 month for $7,500. Come on, man. That's what you got? A whole month. No. Somebody would have got introduced. That's all I got to say. Somebody would have got introduced. Let me let you listen to this other part. Listen to what he got to say here.
No. I'm trying to tell you all this. It would be nice if I could get compensated something, like a hotel, something, money. Like, I really don't say it. No, I'm not lying.
Can you believe that? You need to go back to the one that you allegedly got the bogus lease from. It is not his fault. It's not his fault. He got some nerve. You got jacked, allegedly. Or was you in on the whole scheme? Baby. And listen to this last part here. Don't y'all get mad. Hear this last. Listen to this here.
Action. Haskell told us today that he paid the family $3,000 to move from his property, which they agreed and handed over the keys.
Woo! No way. Let's get these comments popping. So any blank can invade your home and hold it hostage. Lawmakers need to fix this. Right? So if you steal someone's car, you go to jail for grand theft auto. If you steal somebody's house, no criminal penalty in most states. Make that make sense? Con artists, fake receipts. He did not pay no $7,500. That's a lie. You know what? I'd have made him show his withdrawal sheet. I would have made him show his withdrawal sheet from the bank where he got the money from. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a receipt. In other words, when you did the transaction, where'd you get the money from? Or you got it in shoe boxes? Say exactly what a scammer. The dude was eating Burger King, so somebody say, eating Burger King, but he had $7,500. Let me see here. Negotiating with burglars, a new low. That guy's entire bloodline couldn't raise 75. Woo-wee. That's cold. That's cold. That's cold. That's cold, baby. That's cold. I'm like, ooh. Every squatter in there getting tased. Woo! That's absolutely absurd to pay a dime to this person. You are supporting bad behavior. You think? So what does he want? To be compensated? Which is called extortion. Thank you. Thank you. I might make that the topic of this video. The law needs to be changed so that squatters are handled as burglars rather than under civil law like tenants. They aren't tenants. We're never tenants. I like that. If you make the law punishable, and if you make it so, like I said, you got to come down to City Hall or the Alderman's office or someplace, and you sign the agreement, the homeowner and the person who's going to buy the home, or the homeowner and the renter, then you know that's the only legit document that you can work with. I think that's a better solution. Put in the comment section what you think. What goes on in your state? Shotgun? Oh God. Oh, this is crazy. The buyer is not responsible for his monetary losses. The owner or whomever fake to him are. That's right. That's what I said. Blacks just blacking it up out there. Somebody put this out there. Look, I ain't trying to make it no race thing, but I'm telling you straight up, homie would not have been look, in Chicago in the Midwest. He would not have been in the poor Hispanic community or a poor white community, and certainly not in a black community. Man, look. Matter of fact, they would have called homeboy moving and storage. You feel me? They would have got the keys back to the house, keys for the truck, and then they would have brokered a deal. You got to give me money on spot for wasting my time. And you got to give me your Nintendo and your TV. The brothers would have negotiated from the street. That's what would have happened. I'm just keeping it real, man. That's what would have happened. Tell me what, look, people, I'm done with this foolishness. This is crazy. Let me hear this clown again. He got the nerve to fix his lips. He want to be compensated. Man, homeboy moving and storage would have been on this. Look at this.
So
I gotta get compensated. No. It sound like I'm trying to cut lows. It would be nice if I could get compensated something, like a hotel, something.
I'm done. Homeboy moving and storage would have got it done. He'd have been out. I'm out, y'all. Later.